Next, please welcome to the stage Nick Wevurski.
Hello! What's going on? I just drove up from Rutland, which is terrible as always. And I Googled it. Do you know Rutland and Burlington are exactly 66.6 miles from one another? Which is why every time you get to Middlebury, you feel like you're halfway up Satan's asshole. Place sucks. I have like facts. Today's gonna be a fact thing. Do you know that there have been 3 more times apes in space than Canadians? So the next time someone brings up Chris Hadfield, just bring that up. Fucking Canadians. Do you know what they call a glory hole in Canada? A sorry hole. They're just like, oh, sorry. Space is fun. Speaking of multipliers, there have actually been 16 times more apes than billionaires in space. So they got a lot of fucking air to cover. I fucking hate that billionaires are going to space now. Not that they're going to space, it's that they don't do anything with it, right? Bezos went up for 3 minutes with his brother in cowboy boots. The fuck was that? If I own a space company, I'm just gonna say it's for sure gonna have some hookers and booze going up there, right? It's like he's the only guy that doesn't have to follow NASA's rules, and he's like, I'm bringing cowboy boots. The fuck? At least bring up, like, fuck something in space. Bring up a sex bot or something, you know? Which would be hilarious if he died. I'm excited for sex bots because I can't wait to see the whole new column of obituaries. It's gonna be hilarious watching people die of just like heat exhaustion and forgetting to drink fluids. I think my favorite's gonna be when one just eventually somebody gets trapped in one because it runs out of a battery. I'm just gonna call it like Chinese finger trapping, I guess. Should be fun. Rich people don't know what to do with their money. It's ridiculous. Way back when they invented fox hunting. The fuck was that about? Anybody? Hey, go round up the horsies, put on that little red number that you like and the white pants to give you the honeydew ass, and let's go terrorize a small land mammal. It's like, or you could feed your people. Fucking. Instead of billionaires in space, I think we should send the homeless to Mars. All right? What are you all, sociology majors? See, I'm an engineer, and I know that homeless are the most industrious among us. We need to send them up. They actually know how to fucking live. Have you seen, I was in LA for the last 6 years. I have seen bigger houses made out of tarps and bicycle forks under a freeway off-ramp. And instead, we send up these queefs from NASA that are like, we want orange juice, so they had to invent Tang. It took like years. Send up the guy that knows how to make a microwave out of a rock, you know? That guy's way more useful. I don't know, I'm an idiot. I'm just a nerd like LARPing in a jock's body, which is confusing for just everybody because they're like, he's not us, and you know. Do you think if Urkel ever did karate, he'd just be like, hiya? Don't worry, I'm not having kids. I am married, but I'm not having kids. My wife and I have decided not to because neither one of us are good at making that first pancake. And I don't know about you, but it just always ends up in the trash, so probably gonna have pancake kids. Or worse, one of those sock puppet vegans, you know? The ones that just are always going around like, you wanna try some kombucha? Get the fuck out of here. At least they're fun around here, though. Out in LA, they're just like angry and weird. I tried to go to this one ice cream place, and I ordered a vanilla ice cream cone. And they said, we don't have vanilla, we have vanilla bean. I'll have the vanilla bean, please. And he goes to hand it to me after he takes 35 minutes to scoop a fucking ice cream. And then he hands it like this, which is already just crazy. And he's like, I want you to hold this like you're holding a bird. I just looked at him and went, because like a bird holds you, right? You hold your finger. You don't hold a bird, you fucking psycho. And then I realized I think he meant like, you know, with hardness, like not so hard that you're gonna crush it, but like, you know, not so soft you're gonna slip it. And then I was just like, how many birds has this guy murdered that's his unit of measure for ice cream cones? He's like, yeah, look at a parakeet, you know, not a parrot. Like, you know, fucking weirdos. I don't like birds. They're creepy. Right? Chickens? absolutely the sluttiest animal. They're real whores. They're famous for their breasts and thighs, right? Have you ever seen one unplucked? Yes. Okay, one person's seen a chicken. Good. Every time they give head, they love doing it so much that they just run around in little circles till they drop. Just a murder joke. They really are. Chickens are absolute whores, man. They're begging for it, but the problem is that their beaks are like malformed, so their sounds come out a little weird. So when every time they're trying to beg for dick, they're just sitting there going, fuck, fuck, fuck. They're screaming for it. Whatever. Don't you think cinema sounds like a cinnamon enema? I fucked that up. I meant to say cinema, and I feel like I said it backwards. That went well. All right, perfect. Nailing it. Sorry, I'm a moron. I gave blood today. I gave the double red cells, and they told me not to drink because it would get me fucked up, and I was like, one Bud Light, please. I like to drink. I don't know about everybody else. I also like to play video games, and Half-Life, I would say, is like my favorite video game of all time. And that's where you just drink all day and then only remember half your life. I feel like some of you are playing. Do you have 2 drinks? Nice. Last month? No, last year, a couple months ago, first blind guy ever summited Everest, which is amazing for that Sherpa. Can you imagine? Your assignment is like, also the 14 oxygen tanks as always, but also like, oh yeah, you're bringing this blind guy. He's like, great. It's my 7th time up this death mountain. Let's give him the fucking newspaper headline. It's a weird job to be a Sherpa. I mean, whatever. Can't be any worse than the rest of ours. I have a deal with any of my coworkers, and I'm just like, if I ever die at work, just roll me into the street and say I was on break. I just want to die free, you know? Just give me that 15 minutes. JFK? Anybody have any questions about that still? I do, I have one. What is a book depository? Anybody else ever hear that word ever in your life that wasn't immediately directed to that one assassination? No, right? It's the only one I've ever heard of. Because only in Texas would they invent a word to keep people away from books. The place you keep books is called a library. We've had them for years. Fucking morons. What that guy? Get him out of here. I think I'm getting haunted by an Italian grandmother. Every time I wake up, all my tomato paste is near my toothbrush. I don't know. It's got to be some sort of ragout, I think, right? Whatever. I'd like to come out as pronoun. And that just means I'm positive about people, things, and animals. Oh, come on. After this set, I've decided to celebrate my 36th birthday next month. I'm gonna go get my first tattoo. And I really feel like your first tattoo says like a lot about you as a person, right? Like it's always a really important story. And I'm just very practical. So on the inside of my thigh, I'm just getting the shadow of a bigger dick. Thank you.